And that's totally fine. We'll still be friends. We're not judging each other based on what you feel beautiful, what you find beautiful, or what he finds beautiful, or my concept of beauty. It is totally three different things because we are our own individuals in our own right and we can have a view.
So basically, the evolution that you've had, you would probably find some lady attractive, wherein I would not find that lady attractive.
Not allowed to find anyone attractive as of now.
Seriously, guys, are we going to do boys talk on this now?
Why not? Why not? It's all about beauty.
So then I also need another girl on this podcast because I also want to talk about girly things.
You can talk about that. We're also talking about girls, actually.
Yeah, you can talk about
Good morning, guys. My name is Neha. On my left is Murtaza, and
Hello.
on my right we have Ritesh.
Hey guys.
So this is our first podcast, and this podcast is called Beauty Without Barriers. So before we even go into the barriers part, let's talk about the concept of beauty and what beauty means to each of us. So Ritesh, let's start with you.
I think beauty, as they say, is lying in the person, the beholder. And what I have observed is in my life, in each phase of my life, the definition of beauty has been changing.
Oh.
Yes. So when I was a child, I think the beauty used to be, toys. If you talk about, like, say, if I find a girl beautiful, it used to be like probably cute girl that used to be beautiful. When I grew up, I think in college days, the definition again changed to girls who were smarter, with whom I could, relate to and strike a good conversation. Yeah. Then eventually, when I started off in my journey of career, the definition changed to probably people who are more stable, and then eventually the definition of beauty kept on going deeper and deeper in terms of the perception that I have of people. Now I feel that beauty is more or less how you feel, or the person, or the surrounding that makes you feel in the presence of that person or that a place. Now I feel the relation of beauty is not just the things that you can see by your eyes. It is more or less the perception of all of your senses that creates this experience, which I think is beauty. That is probably one of the things that I perceive now as beauty. Now I don't know how, if the definition is going to change tomorrow, but it keeps on evolving and keeps on going deeper and deeper day by day. What do you guys think about it? I mean, Muthusabai, you tell me. What do you think about this?
So I feel beauty is a very broad and subjective term. Okay, so I see beauty as two types. One, I would see a very superficial thing, which is external beauty, or the outside beauty, wherein you see a certain quality of a person. You see how the person dresses up, and you like it. You feel that, as you said, your senses, they are tintillating. That I like the person. They're looking good. They're looking beautiful. And that's one part of beauty. And the other part, I feel, is the internal beauty, which is very deep rooted. As you said, that your perception of beauty has always evolved. So I think inner beauty is something wherein showcases the values of a person, the morals of the person, the way the person is in real life. That beauty can only be experienced once you know the person. That's a very generic term, and it goes deep and deep. As in, when you know the person, you see what are the what the person brings on the table, or how you see different aspects of the person, and you find it beautiful. So I feel it's a very broad and subjective term. What are your take, Neha?
Well, I think I'm sitting with two typical guys whose concept of beauty starts with the eyes and what you see before it. I connect beauty more to do with the energy I feel around a person. Um, so, I am, as you all know, I'm very, very sensitive to energies.
Oh, and how?
Yes, I am very sensitive to energy. So, anybody who's there when I walk into a room and if I feel a positive energy, I'm more interested to know the person more, and that overall forms the concept of beauty. It is more to do with the energy. Of course, once in a while, I also like a guy. I mean, I'm totally normal. So, I do visual merchandising, as I would say it. But it's more to do with the energy. Definitely.
सेकना बोलते हैं.
जी?
उसे आग सेकना बोलते हैं.
नहीं, I don't do aag sekna. It's all about energy. You can blindfold me and you can take me around the room and I can tell you how many beautiful people are there. So, it is more to do with the energy field and the aura of the person than what meets the eyes.
So how do you perceive it? I mean, we have like senses around us.
Yeah.
And those are the gateway to our perception of the perception of the world. So when you say that you find someone beautiful with the aura and with the energy of that person, what are the things that you can you just notice? It's not just, as you said, it's not just the eyes that usually sees. What are the other things that you perceive which eventually
Actually,
translates
like
to the aura?
now, I am looking straight into your eyes.
My soul.
Yeah. So eyes are, I totally believe, Ritesh, that eyes are the door to your soul. So hence, when I am talking, I like to look at the person in the eye because I can totally read the other person. And you also have to be at a certain level journey spiritually to feel that energy or to feel that aura. So, आँखों में जब clarity होती है ना, that is good energy. आँखों में जब clouds दिखते हैं ना आपको, या कोई जो आपके आँखों में देख के आपसे बात नहीं कर रहा है, that means that person is trying to hide something. And that is not me. World over, psychologists have done experiments and this is what they have found. That places or people where you cannot look in the eye and talk, something's wrong there, something's amiss.
So maybe, not looking in the eye and talking could be a sign of insecurity or not so confident person in front of you.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's not always that, that person has some negative energy about him or her.
You're right. But, it is more like आँख चुराना बोलते हैं ना. When you walk into a room, when you talk to people, you will see that, a handshake. Or when you shake hands with somebody, you will sometimes see you like it or you don't like it. That is one of our senses, touch. Right?
Touch, absolutely.
And then when you look in the eyes, if you see there are curtains and curtains and curtains, the person is trying to hide something, you will know instantly if you look in the eye. And I think that is what the definition for beauty is for me. When I look at somebody, when I talk to somebody, when I stand next to somebody, I can feel the aura, I feel the energy. And that decides whether, I'm going to talk to the person or ignore. Because, for the last 10 years or so, in my journey spiritually, I have seen that, no matter how hard you work on a relationship, if you don't get along like a house on fire, if you don't feel that connect, it's never going to happen. So then the definition of that particular relationship is it's a beautiful relationship or it is not. There is no in between, right?
So that is how the relationship would evolve, and eventually it becomes more and more beautiful as the day passes.
Yes.
And as the connection grows.
True. So, and as Ritesh said, that his goalpost for beauty kept on changing with age. And I think all of us can relate to that. We have all gone to college. We've all, been in those teeny mini relationships where we feel happy just looking at a person.
Yeah.
And that was a good So, then the concept of beauty is all about how you feel. If you realize and just go through what we just spoke about, beauty is also about when you look at something, how do you feel? Are you feeling positive? Are you feeling happy?
You're right. So, taking that point forward, I think beauty is again being yourself, being happy in your skin.
Yes.
Okay, being comfortable. I think the person who is happy and who's comfortable in their skin is happy, is beautiful, because they come across as very chilled out people, very confident about themselves. They look very beautiful. So I think that's where the beauty comes out. बोलते हैं ना निखरती है beauty. ऐसे लोगों में और ज़्यादा निखरती है.
But I want to take you back to that point wherein you said that when you look into a person's eye and then you can talk to him
or her
or her, and then you can figure out that if that vibe is matching with you or not. So what is your take on for example, a person is shy. Of course, when you look at the person, when he's not, trying to meet your eye, you'll figure out that he is being shy.
Correct.
है ना? But अभी कोई दूसरा बंदा है या बंदी है, and he's not able to look into your eye, which is not out of shyness. It is purely out of I don't know what. Okay? And you're not able to connect to that person. So these are of course two different perceptions, and that brings me to the part wherein we used to discuss about personalities and onions around the personalities. Like taking an example of onion. तो कुछ लोग पहले बहुत shy होते हैं. हाँ, हम जानते नहीं उससे, वो आँख मिलाते नहीं है. But जैसे हम जानने लग जाते हैं उनके outer qualities, वो onion की peel जैसे you keep on knowing them deeper and deeper, and then you eventually figure out that this person has a deeper personality to it. And then sometimes you find such people really beautiful.
Correct.
No?
Correct.
So I just want to understand what is your perspective on knowing such kind of categories of people deeper, and how can we understand or how can we grow ourselves to probably find the right vibe when we communicate with the people. So I have very little thoughts on this. I have a lot of question marks around it. So I want to know your perspective on this.
Okay, so I think, so you said one type of people are those who are shy and hence they are not making any eye contact, right? And the other kind of people are those who are not making an eye contact because they are shy. Correct. Or because they have things to hide. So two categories, right? Yeah. Now, with the first category, you can make out when people are shy. They are probably introverts. They are probably not exposed to a world wherein you handshake with a woman. And there are still people like this in this day and age, right? And that is, you can make out the vibe. You will be able to make out. And then when there are people who are not meeting eye to eye because they know that looking at in their eyes, you will find out that there's something not so good about this person. They're trying to hide their real self. You will know that also. वो भी उनके vibe में आपको पता चल जाएगा.
So I think for that,
you have to be sensitive.
You have to start looking people in the eye. So when you look into the eye, that is the time you realize that सामने वाला देख रहा है कि नहीं देख रहा.
When I started my career in 1997, and I just want to clarify, I was only 17. Okay, guys, so I'm not that old. All right, don't make judgments. So when I started my career in 1997, and my first lesson from probably the best mentor I have had. I was very, very lucky to have a mentor who, always guided me, always helped me. I didn't have confidence, but he had more confidence in me than I had in myself. And hopefully I pass that on to people who are with me now. But he taught me this very, very important thing. So I was working as a client servicing executive, and people would always write me off कि ये तो बच्ची है, इससे क्या बात करना है, because I had to go and meet corporate clients. I had to make sure that all their requirements as far as a media agency is concerned, they're getting the right service and they're happy. So mainly my job was to retain clients. At 17, it was very difficult because first few times when I went, I couldn't talk and I was not confident, as I said. So, my boss went with me, and then the next few meetings he spoke, and then he took me on calls, and then only one thing he said while we were, getting into that office. He said, "You are confident. You are amongst those 5,000 girls in India who has the courage to apply for a job and do a job at 17 years of age. And look in the eye. You have nothing to hide." And I think that is from where I started looking in the eyes of people. And believe me, it worked because I found my confidence also. Because, we all feed on each other's energy. So I learned it at work.
I think it makes a difference. You're right. When you're talking to someone and you're looking at directly to the eye, it makes a difference.
Yeah. And then slowly as I grew up and, we all have had life experiences, you evolve, you learn. You've been through shit. You've been through good, bad, ugly people. So life teaches you. And so my definition hence after 24, 25 years of working has come to this. That, right energy, right vibe, right aura is beautiful. And then you take people on face value. जब तक सामने वाला आपको धोखा नहीं देता है, या doesn't let you down, he or she is beautiful.
Absolutely, I also live by that. जब तक person is good enough, they don't break our trust, they're good, they're beautiful, they're good with us, we are good with them.
So, Ritesh, have I answered your question?
Yeah, I think so. There are a lot of takeaways also. आँख में आँख देखो.
आँख में आँख मिला के देखो.
But taking the conversation further, what we are discussing about is people, their energy, which is very humanly here. What I feel is, people find beauty in a lot of things.
Correct.
Which are, insects भी beautiful होते हैं, मुझे पता नहीं था काफी दिनों तक.
It's a subjective term यार. आज वो cactus पड़ा है, शायद तुझे beautiful लग रहा है, मुझे नहीं लग रहा है. So it's, as you said, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So your perception, your definition of beauty could be different. My perception and my definition could be a little different.
What I'm saying is, the way you said that you feel the energy, the vibes from people when you look into the eye, and then you find them beautiful. What about the things? Maybe
plants,
animals, insects,
clothes,
a location. How do you find all these things beautiful? Because यहाँ पे भी energy तो होती है, right? But आँखें नहीं होती है. So हम किसी को आँखों में तो देख नहीं रहे.
Correct.
Then most of the things are probably relying on how the vibe of that specific thing or the place is. No? So I want to take the conversation towards that direction, wherein some people, for example, मेरे एक दोस्त गए थे अभी recently, he went to Ladakh, and एक दिन पहले फोन किया मुझे, and he's like कि धृतेश मैं कल लद्दाख जाने वाला हूँ, तो you tell me क्या अच्छी places और this that everything कैसे जाना है वहाँ पे. तो I told him, तो उसने पूछा मुझे कि is it a good place? I said, अरे great place. I went there and it's really great. फिर वो जाके आया, and then आने के बाद में पूछा कि अरे कैसा था? तो it is shit place. Why? तो बोलता है कि यार इतनी डेंजरस जगह पे लोग जाते क्यों है? He's saying कि अरे मैं गाड़ी से जा रहा था, and I found another car which is, एक कार का कहीं एक्सीडेंट वगैरह हो गया था, and then रोड इतने खराब है, this that and everything, and the same thing that I found beautiful was shit for him. तो अब हम लोग मिलने वाले हैं, so this discussion is going to crop up. What are your thoughts on people's perception towards things like this? I want to understand.
उसने चुतिया पा गया ना. I mean,
वो तो normal बात है.
no, see, he went. But Ladakh is a biker's paradise. It is not a jungle safari where you go in a SUV car. So if I go in a car to Ladakh and if I am traveling in Ladakh roads by a car, I've been foolish. Then I have not done my homework properly.
I asked him पहले, are you mountain guy or are you beach guy? हाँ, तो उसने क्या बोला? I don't know what I am. ठीक है, मेरे को तो घर पे lazy boy पे सोफा पे बैठा हो, that is what I am. ऐसा नहीं होता. You might be mountain guy, you might be
Correct.
the beach guy. वो जाके आया, फिर बोलता I am the beach guy.
वैसा भी है, you know, कि lot of people don't know what they want in life.
Yeah.
They probably don't know what they like. Because you're so much hustle and, you know, in the day-to-day life that you never get answers to these things. So basically, he was looking at something else when he went to Ladakh, which he didn't get. And you were looking at the rawness, you were looking at connecting with nature and stuff like that, which you enjoyed.
Correct.
And he was looking at luxury, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Good roads, you know, good car.
Yeah.
So that's not the place for him. Probably he needs a luxury vacation wherein he goes into a 5-star hotel, sits on the sofa or a good bed and then watches television or, you know, just lazes on a beach. That would be good for him. So basically, if he doesn't know what he wants.
In fact, that perception is suitable for people also then.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
We don't even have to go as far as your friend. Murtaza and my idea of holiday is totally
Completely
poles
different.
opposite. And we have been on holiday together. Okay? When he goes to a holiday, he wants to explore the place. He wants to go out. Chalo hiking karte hain, chalo ye karte hain, chalo wo karte hain. You know, one after the other. Whereas in the same place, and I also like the place, he also likes the place. Okay? But in the same place, I am more like, you know, I just want to chill. If I have come out on a holiday, I want my mind relaxed, boss. I don't want a timetable. In life also, in a day-to-day basis, I don't like timetable. Other than things that I want to do. Right? So, in a holiday, to go by that speed, that momentum. I like that momentum in work, not in a holiday. You know? But then,
momentum everywhere.
Yeah, he likes momentum everywhere. And that is totally fine. See, 3 of us are friends. And we also work together, right? But our perception of beauty or our idea about what kind of a life we want is different. And that's totally fine. We'll still be friends. We're not judging each other based on what you feel beautiful, what you find beautiful, or what he finds beautiful, or my concept of beauty. It is totally 3 different things. Because we are our own individuals in our own right, and we can have a view.
So basically, you know, what you're trying to say is each of us is different individual.
Yeah.
So each of us will have a different perception of beauty.
Totally.
You know, as you said that you might like a person, I might not like that same person because of the values or because of the kind of person he is. But you might identify, or you might say that, no, yeah, he's a good guy. Or you know, whatever. If,
with
if
different choices.
There is if coming to, you know, the evolution that you've had, you would probably find some lady attractive, wherein I would not find that lady attractive.
Not allowed to find anyone attractive as of now.
Seriously, guys, are we going to do boys talk on this now?
Why not? Why not? It's all about beauty. So
then I also need another girl on this podcast because I also want to talk about girly things.
You can talk about that. We're also talking about girls, actually.
Yeah, you can talk about
That's very, very funny. Well, I'll tell you something. That till date, I just want to, you know, share this with you. Till date, I have not, you know, people say this is my favorite hero. This is my favorite heroine. I don't have any favorites in there. I like people because of their acting skills, or I like a certain director because of the minute details he pays attention to while shooting, right? But I have not fallen for a hero or a superhero or a heroine. No, wow, I'm a big fan. I have not had that fan moment till now. But I hope that, you know, somebody comes along and I feel that fan moment.
What about the people who are actually, for example, actors, who are actually not vibing with you as a person, but they have done great acting in a movie.
Good for them.
No, but will you like those movies just because?
Yeah, if the subject is good,
Hmm.
if the subject is of my interest.
Hmm.
See, one thing is I cannot watch those movies जहाँ वो लड़का लड़की पेड़ के आजू बाजू घूम रहे हैं.
Hmm.
I find that waste of time.
It's good.
I watch zero. I know it is good. I know, but then again, you know, I'm saying about my choice. I don't feel that interesting. There are certain subjects about which I have views, and there are certain subjects that interest me. So if there is something which is intellectually stimulating me, or you know, making me think, I want to see that movie about that particular subject. You know, so. Yeah, I have too many OCDs.
What about you,
can
Muthu?
keep
You have
on
OCDs?
No, I don't have OCDs.
I also don't have OCDs.
I don't have OCDs. I'm a normal guy.
I'm not abnormal.
I didn't say that.
You're the subnormal.
I didn't say that. You can identify with energies. I can't.
But how do you be very much sensitive to energy? Some people are not sensitive to energy.
Yes, that's why
Right.
this is a gift. I feel this is a gift.
It
You
can
know,
be
if you can
acquired also.
identify. I don't think so. There are certain people. There are certain things which is like, you know, works as a sixth sense. If you can identify energy, good, bad, whatever it is all a gift. Or probably her life experiences must have taught her.
I would refer to this actually.
Meditation.
If I think that, you know, I have to identify with energies, I can't do that. I either like the person, that it's like, you know, you're not judging the person right there and there, but you have a good connection with the person, and then later on, if you like the person, you don't like the person.
So I have a small thought on this, which is actually different from yours. So I have a friend, and the topic revolves around being sensitive to vibes. Okay. So this guy, he was in college. He had, मतलब पैसे वाली party types. He had great sports bike types. You know, girls, so on and so forth. तो जो बंदा होता है ना, dude, personality.
College का dude.
हाँ, वैसा. And college के बाद he had a startup, great startup. मस्त में उसमें he was doing great. तो बहुत ही उसका personality was like more or less like a idle successful college guy kind of. कॉलेज के बाद में उसने काफी दिनों तक he ran his startup, he sold his startup or something like that. Then he decided to get married. Okay, he had a lot of past girlfriends and everything. He decided to get married. अब marriage में ऐसा हुआ that after marriage the vibe with his wife was completely मतलब gone for a toss. पूरा mismatch था. तो वो लोगों में बहुत resistance हुआ. A lot of, you know, things happened, and he was deeply involved with his wife, but they got separated. So when they got separated, because of whatever he went through, he got deeply sensitive towards certain parts of emotions that he was not previously. पहले उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता था इतना, किसी को ब्रेकअप कर लिया या हाँ चल नहीं मुझे तू मेरी आज गर्लफ्रेंड है और दूसरी लड़की गर्लफ्रेंड, लाइक दैट. वो पहले was not completely sensitive, उसका personality अलग था. But just because of this downfall in his life, this guy became ultra sensitive to things. Okay. He got separated from his wife, and now this guy is completely different. He's very sensitive to vibes. He's very sensitive to people. वो जो क्या बोलते हैं word empathy. तो अभी वो क्या करता है? अभी he chooses people with whom he can vibe with. पहले उसका सर्कल बहुत बड़ा था, अब सर्कल छोटा है. The circle is मतलब उनका जो सर्कल का जो क्वालिटी is very high, but very sensitive towards energies. He is more involved. पहले मुझे फोन भी नहीं करता, मुझे सर बोलता है, I don't know why, but पहले मुझे कभी फोन नहीं होता था, कुछ नहीं. Used to be very transactional relationship तब पहला. अभी it is more organic. अब फोन करता है, सर कैसे हो, this that everything. I'm also, तू कैसा है, how is it going, अरे सर मेरा ऐसा हो गया ना, I started this, la stuff. And now he's pursuing he's moved to Australia. He's pursuing things which he never thought of. He's saying that पहले मैं चीजों को उस परसेप्शन से देखता ही नहीं था, लोगों को भी उस परसेप्शन से नहीं देखता था, लोगों के आउटर क्या बोलते हैं, एक्सटीरियर exterior parts पे appearance पे बहुत ज़्यादा था. Not just appearance, materialistic things पे बहुत ज़्यादा था. And now he has discovered one part of him, which is more deeper part, and he's liking that part. He's being very happy and very peaceful with that part. So I think it's not just something that you born with. I think you can acquire it.
So what you said, vibe that you said, what he shared with his wife, basically compatibility. He didn't find compatibility with his wife. That's why, the relationship went kaput. And because it went down, he realized that, what he went through. That made him empathetic towards other people.
Correct.
And as you grow, as you, find yourself, as you going through such a phase, you try and find about yourself, what kind of a person you are, what kind of person you want to be, what kind of people you want to be associated with. And then you choose your circle likewise. So, what he acquired is empathy. What he acquired is, taking care of other people's sentiments, which he previously used to not. So, he's acquired that quality in him.
And I think to add to what Murtaza said, I think he also found a connection with himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is a very beautiful thing if somebody has that connection with self.
Yeah.
I think that is the most beautiful thing and the best you can be.
So he's become comfortable with himself. He's become more happy inside. So that's making him feel all the more beautiful.
Okay.
I think even I find it beautiful.
Yeah.
Because the whole thought of connecting with yourself.
Yes,
Self.
it is beautiful.
Yes.
Moving
So
more,
I think it's more of not acquiring that energy kind of a thing, but he just evolved as a person.
Yes.
I still
And
go by energy.
I have seen that the more and more connected you are with your inner self, you also evolve in every way.
In every way.
As a person, spiritually, and you feel more beautiful in
As
your
a
own
person,
self.
I
You are not
completely-
waiting for anything external to make you feel beautiful.
I completely agree with that.
Thank you very much. And on that note, guys, we have come to the end of episode 1 of Beauty Without Boundaries. And keep watching. Thank you for watching today. And keep watching us. And we'll soon come up with the next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ritesh. Thank you, Murtaza.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
everyone.
Thank you
Let's
so
give a
much.
pat on our back. We've done well as the first episode. Please give a pat on your back.
Okay. I don't know everyone's back.
Pat on your back. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank
It's our
you,
back.
guys.
It's our back.